This is my smallest crock pot. You see the size? I forgot what it does, what size it is. But what I normally use it for, it's supposed to be used for dip, but what I use it for is when I get a roast or a big piece of pork and the fat that I trim off, I cook it in here to make lard. And it normally makes me about half a pint, which is fine, and I can it and use that lard instead of the stuff that comes with all the added chemicals. This is a crock pot, and no switch. It's either plugged in on or unplugged off. Same for this one. And this is an actual crock pot. And which is a brand name, by the way. So not all these are crock pots. They're all slow cookers, but I've got three of them that are crock pots. My son gave me this for Mother's Day last year because I just really like this size. It's nice. I bought one for my mother-in-law so that she didn't have to use a whole big crock pot to cook her meals and come home to leftovers that she eats on for days. This is really good for a small thing. And I like using it for gravy. Last night I used it for gravy, and this one I used to keep the mashed potatoes warm. I really like this size. I want to get 2 more of this size, but with the removable crocks. Because I like to prepare things ahead of time, put it in the fridge next morning or later that day, put it in the crock pot and cook it. So I really like this size. My sister gave me this one because she didn't need it. It was a gift to her. One of my sisters, my younger sister, did that. And it came with a cover to travel with it. And it came with another insert that had a little divide so you can have 2 things in the same thing. What I don't like about it is it's timed. So, high for 4 or 6 hours, low for 8 or 10 hours. If I just want to cut it on and walk away, I can't do that. It goes into warm mode after that time is gone. And my biggest one, this is the one I normally take to church when we have our agape feast or potluck. And my original one that my husband bought for me, the handle started cracking like this one is starting to do. I don't know if you can see that, but it's hopefully it'll hold together and not get too much worse. The handles were cracking up real bad. I mean, actually one side fell off. And this is for when you travel. This also came with a insulated travel tote. So I called their 800 number, told them what model I had, what year it was, and I had it over a year. And they gave me an RMA number, Return Merchandise Authorization, postage paid, and I just had to send back this thing. So I actually have another one of these inserts because that's heavy. That's the heavy thing. But this one, the legs have fallen off of it. I've tried to put the original plastic, and I think one of them is actually a piece of cork that I'd done up, and I've used this a lot and it's now starting to fall apart, so I need to retape it or figure out some other way to do it. Glue. I don't know what glues will take the heat like this gets, because I use this one a lot. Because if you're going to make something, might as well make it big, put it away for later. I do really love cooking with these slow cookers. I used this one last night for our cabbage rolls, which turned out really well. And you can cook the cabbage rolls in the pressure cooker, but the flavors don't meld. It gets cooked thoroughly, but it just doesn't meld as the slow cooker will make it do. Anyway, thought I'd just share that since I shared my cast iron set. And I am going to get a couple more of these, because when we have get-togethers, this is the perfect size for side dishes for the groups that I normally have, the size groups I normally have. And I will try to find it with the removable crocks.